I'm delighted to be here in Croke Park. As a child growing up, I always wanted to be in Croke Park. I wanted to be out there on the field. So I'm happy to say now I'm making my debut in Croke Park, and I'll be able to boast about it now forever. Unfortunately, it's not on the field to play, but I was here 2 weeks ago for the ladies' All-Ireland final, and my niece was playing. So I was very proud moment for my family. So that was my dream, and I'm realising my dream kind of today. So if your dream is to work in Europe, we hope in the Eures, European Employment Services, to be able to help you realise that dream and to tell you about the opportunities that are there for you and grants for some people. So European Employment Service, as you can see, we're helping employers and we're helping job seekers. Eures was set up in 1993 by the EU Commission, and it was to encourage the mobility of workers across Europe. So the 32 EEA countries, including Norway, Liechtenstein, Iceland and Switzerland, we have 1,000 specially trained European Employment Services counsellors or advisors, and that is my role, and I'm here to tell you about it today. We have a data bank, sorry, I forgot the glasses. We have a data bank of approximately 1.9 million jobs available. So if you go onto our website, eures.europa.eu, you will have access to those jobs. And just to give you an example of some of the positions that we've helped people fill. In Norway, we've placed approximately 100 plumbers and electricians, and the recruitment project is ongoing. Every year we place approximately 50 people in Euro Disney for animators and all those people who run around in costumes. Some of those might have come from Ireland. We placed approximately 21 people in teaching positions in Madrid in 2015. This year we've placed about 75 teachers in the UK, and all of those people got a grant to relocate to their new country. I'll tell you a little bit more about the grants in a few minutes and who can qualify. So this is just a snapshot of the homepage of the European Employment Services website. And as you can see there are many links, and I would strongly urge you to have a look at the website, especially if you're thinking of going to work in Europe. But if it's something that you haven't considered, you might be surprised at the opportunities and the vacancies that are there. Yesterday when I had a look at the website, there were 1.1 million jobs, 7,632 employers registered, and on that website you can have access to the 1,000 specially trained European Employment Services advisors. So there's a link there on the previous page, if I can go back. Under search for a job, you can find a Eures advisor in the country that you choose to work in. So, some practical tips for somebody who's going to Europe. How to find a job? Well, obviously, we're asking you to go onto the website, but there are other websites as well that you can have a look at, private recruitment agencies. And there are some agencies out on the main floor today who are recruiting for positions in Europe as well as worldwide. For people who are on job seekers benefit, now that's the payment that you get if you've come from the world of work and you've paid your PRSI contributions. If you haven't found a job and you're really set on going to Europe, you can transfer your benefit for 78 days, or that's about 13 weeks. And your local intro centre will tell you how to do that. Applying for a job in another EU state. Bear with me now, can I look at the notes? Obviously there'll be some regulated professions such as teaching in some cases and nursing. You may need to register with the regulated site for such a profession. Before you go, different ways to find a job in Europe. Most obvious and the easiest is to contact your Eures advisor first. Go onto our website, jobsireland.ie. All the jobs on the new Jobs Ireland website are automatically transferred to the Eures website as well, so have a look at both. Then the language issue. Can I just ask the audience, how many of you speak a second European language or a third one other than Irish and English? Okay, so obviously that's not a problem for you, but if you only speak English and Irish and you want to go to another EU country, it's still possible. Countries such as Belgium, the Netherlands, Norway, Sweden and Finland, English is widely spoken there, and you will get the opportunity to work in those countries even if you don't speak the language. Again, there are grants when you get there, if you contact us before you leave Ireland, to help you to learn the language. And there are grants not just for the new employee in this new European country, but also for employers once the employer has less than 250 employees in that country. Thinking about interviews. If you have been called for a Skype interview and you're successful, you may be called then for a face-to-face interview if the company is really interested in you. Again, we can help you with a grant, and I'll give you more information about the grants now shortly. Finding accommodation, again, your Eures advisor can put you in touch with the Eures advisor in your new country, and they will give you information about local websites for looking for accommodation and private rented accommodation websites. Usually the most easy thing to do is to go and stay with a friend. Some companies, depending on how big they are and how much money they have, will put you up in a hotel maybe for a week. Probably that's the max, to help you then get settled and find somewhere to live. So back to Ireland, and we have an initiative called Experience Your Europe, or I, to help you to remember it. And this is part of the Youth Guarantee Initiative. And I'm just doing a quick scan, and anybody who's under 25 today might be interested in this. The second element of it, the co-sponsored placement program, is specifically for the under 25s. And we can help you to get a position in Europe where we will give you an allowance, a weekly allowance, and an employer in which you're based, in the company in which you're based, will also give you an allowance. We'll help you with your flight costs and your accommodation costs, and the employer will also match that. The Your First Eures job number 1 there is open to under 35s. So I think I have a better chance in this audience of reaching the under 35s. We met one gentleman there this morning, and I think he was just either just under or just over. I won't say. But if you're under 35 and you find a job in another European country, contact us before you go. You can get a grant of up to €1,200 to help you to relocate. And that's really helpful. It could pay your first month's rent, or help you to kit out an apartment, or whatever you want to spend it on. It is a relocation grant. If you are called for an interview, face-to-face, we can help you with the cost of the travel, up to a maximum of €250. Now you can come to the Eures stand. We're not far from the registration desk. If you just walk out these doors and go straight and head for the registration, we're about the 5th last stand. And we'll give you more information about those grants. Or if you want to take a note of I think it was on the last stand now. Eures@welfare.ie is the email address. I've already told you about the co-placements programme. So just to tell you a success story from the co-placement programme, a Dutch company, Illuminata Media, contacted me the year before last, and they were based in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, and they wanted to set up a company here in Ireland, and they just wanted to see what kind of grants were available to the company. They were looking for 5 young people to train as YouTube specialists. So through our matching tools in the department, we were able to identify young people who were on the live register, media graduates. And we arranged an interview session with the employer, and we shortlisted 10 people, and out of those 10, the 5 were chosen. And they went to Amsterdam for 5 weeks and got intensive training by the company. And they came back to Ireland, they set up the company here in Dublin too, and they are all working. 4 of them are still in the company, and the other guy moved on to another company. It was a fabulous opportunity for them. The training cost a lot of money. The employer paid for the training. We gave them a small grant towards that. We gave the people the Your First Jury's job allowance. And when they came back, then they had a really successful career. And as I said, they were all YouTube certified. Another example of that is the gaming industry are looking for people, and we have a few people placed in Poland and Germany under this Experience Your Europe program, and they are being co-sponsored by Eures in Ireland and the gaming companies in Germany and Poland. And I'll show you a short video at the very end, for a testimony from one of the young people that was placed. At the moment, we're promoting free German language courses. If any of you are interested in enhancing your prospects of work either in Germany or in a German company here in Ireland, there's Eures@welfare.ie just send us an email and we'll give you more information about it, or come and talk to us at the Eures desk and we'll take your details. Some more testimonials now from the co-sponsored program. You can read that for yourself. Darren Kelly, he's in Hardcore Games in Berlin. Martina in Warsaw. And finally, this young lady. And this is her own video, and it speaks for itself. But before I finish, just to reiterate, if you're interested in either the grants, in finding a job in Europe, or in learning German for free, come down to the stand and we'll be very happy to talk to you and take your details and get in contact with you. So Kevin, let's hope this works.
Hi, my name is Martina. I'm an animation graduate from Ireland. I participate at Eures Ireland in the studio Animoon in Poland. I've heard about Eures through an Animation SkillNet program, which is an organization that helps animation graduates to upgrade their animation skills. Eures helped me to benefit my career prospects by enabling me to work in an animation studio within Europe that will definitely help me to get a job further in animation industry. My experience working with Eures is great. I have really good contact with people in the studio and people in the office. People in the Eures office have been very helpful. I got all the information that I needed and they provided me with any help necessary. I would definitely recommend Eures to any job seeker out there. This is a great opportunity to get some experience in your field and to travel around the world. chose to go to Poland because I thought the animation field in Poland was a really good opportunity to evolve my animation skills and get the experience in different styles. The scene of animation in Poland is very experimental, and the majority of films that I have seen produced from there are short mature films, and I thought it would be a great opportunity for me because I have never done that. And this guy right here, his name is Toru. He's a character I modeled, rigged, and animated myself. And this is Toru's mom. Hi, Toru's mom.
Thank you very much for your attention. And we have a few minutes. If anybody has any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And I have a colleague, Bob, at the back of the room who will give me a hand.